All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is a little update on the 4x2. So as you can see, it's looking good in here. It's looking nice. It's definitely filled out more since yesterday. I can just tell because I remember looking at one of these bud sites, and you know, they weren't as developed as they are now. Like as you can see how it's starting to get the, you can tell where the bud is going to be. It wasn't like that yesterday. Same thing with like this plant over here. Wasn't really like that yesterday. So these are feeling very light. So they definitely need some water. So I'm going to go through and feed and water each one of these plants. I have the foop already mixed up, so I'm going to do the watering wand like I always do and just go through and water these plants. I'll show you the the foop that I have, which you can see since I have the air in there going constantly, gets like the froth. See the froth over here? So mix it up a little bit. So these plants have already gotten the foop for the week. So they're just gonna get this, which is water. That's it. Foop is not going to be again until next week. So today, just give them some regular water, and then that's it. I'm most likely going to be doing my major defoliation for under the canopy next week. So I'll show you kind of what under the canopy is looking like at this point. So the canopy is pretty even, as you can see. It's pretty even. So next week what I'm going to do is focus on this. All of this under here is going to get, you know, cleaned up. All these leaves and small little branches that aren't reaching the top, they're going to get cut off. You can see a couple right here. All those little leaves. That one right there. Like this little branch. Stuff like this is coming off. Why? That would have created a bud, as you can see. It's a little bud site, but it's so far underneath the canopy that it's never going to get any light. So it's coming off. So I'm going to go through and water, show you the best, you know, to the best of my ability, and then show you what it looks like after. Alright, so as you can see, I got the wand hooked up here. Already primed it with the water that is in the bucket. And all I'm going to do is just go through here and just go underneath the trellis net, like so. And then water each one of these plants. This is just water. So there is a little bit of foop like remaining in there, but I didn't add any more to it. So I don't know if you can really see. Kind of hard to see. I try and take the camera off and hold it in my other hand while I'm watering these things so you can see what's going on. Okay, let me try. Hang on 1 second. Okay, now I'm just gonna move the camera around my hand. So this is a little bit better. So as you can see, this one right here, some water. close-up of what I just did. So all I did, as you can see, the water is already basically absorbing into the medium at this point. I just did these three real quick. So again, canopy, as you can tell, it's definitely way thicker than it was yesterday. I'm gonna go through this plant right here, this one right here. So if you go underneath the canopy, you can see there's a lot of branches way down low. So got some work to do, but not impossible. Definitely not impossible. Just it's gonna be a little bit of a back-breaking chore, but you know, it's okay. I'll do it. So this is every morning. He likes to watch water. Spooky! Hey buddy. He's a lazy cat. He likes the light. I think he just likes the light in the tent, and he likes to see the branches blowing around. He's you know, he's down here every morning with me doing this. Spook. Hi buddy. Hi. Hey, what's up, man? Okay, so just kind of give you a little overview of what's going on here, but again, it's pretty hard to see each individual pot, but each one of them is totally dry. The soil is totally dry. You know, that's why it takes the water so quickly, because the soil is so dry. When you grab the pot, it's usually how I test it to see if it's dry or not. I mean, besides looking at it, when you look at it, you can tell that it's very, very dry. But I also just can't really pick the pot all the way up with the trellis net, because the net's in the way. So I just kind of grab the side of the pot and just kind of like pull it and shake it a little bit, and that's enough to tell that it's totally light and is in need of some water. So, and my goal now is to use that entire bucket, which has water in it. I don't know how much is in there. Probably about a little bit more than a gallon. Say it's a little bit more than a gallon. I'd say it's pretty much close to 2 gallons. I always try and keep 2 gallons of water just aerating in that bucket. Just because I've noticed giving the plants aerated water is way better. I notice a significant difference in the quality of the plants compared to just regular water, which I've done. You know, like, you know, dechlorinated tap water. I mean, that's pretty much all I use. I don't really use RO water. I used to do distilled water. You know, like from a big bottle, I would just buy a couple gallons of distilled water. But I didn't really notice that much of a difference, to be honest. So I didn't keep doing it. I mean, if I noticed a significant difference, I would have kept doing it. But I didn't notice any difference, so I stopped. These plants are really difficult to get to back here. It's just really hard to even see. The canopy is very, very thick back here. Just gonna move this out of the way for a second. Yeah, this needs to get defoliated. This is bad. This is gonna be, I'm moving this chore up to probably this weekend. I'm having trouble even seeing the pots, which is not good. Look at this, look at that. Yeah, that's a lot going on here. A whole lot going on over here. Okay, and then last but not least is going to be this back one with this tall flower right here. So I can see the pot, which is good. So I'm just going to go around and just get as much water into the pot as I can. What I'm doing right now, just kind of giving it as much as I can. And then since these plants are so healthy, they will it'll literally take this, it will take this water up. Sorry. Take this off again. Okay. And that's it. So I'm going to go through and just trim a very little bit off, and then I'll show you what it looks like after I do that. Alright, so let me see if I can show you a little bit about what I'm doing here, just so you have a little bit of an idea. It's just hard to film and do this at the same time, but I'm literally just going through here, and I'm doing a very light trimming just to get off some of the leaves. I mean, look at the size of this leaf. This leaf, we don't need this leaf. It's covering up tons of bud sites. There's very little airflow to the bottom of the canopy because of leaves like this. As you can tell, these leaves are very healthy. Look at that. That is like the healthiest cannabis leaf I think I've ever seen. But there's no use for leaves like that, so they need to go. I just go through and real quick, and just taking off the leaves that are right in the way of other bud sites. Definitely don't need them, but you can see there's a lot of them. They're all over. So I just go through real quick. This is not doing anything for under the canopy. This is all for on the top of the canopy, so that the light can get further down into the, into each individual plant. And if it's not going to get any light, then we don't need it. Back there is a lot. I mean, I can take this one off right here. She's just looking at me a little bit funny, but that's it. I just, again, I'm gonna go through this and do a full defoliation job, get it taken care of. But as you can see now, it looks, let's take the phone off here, let me see. Looks a little bit thinned out. Still very thick, but a little bit thinner than before. And then I'll show you the water bucket. I have a little bit of water left, so I'm just gonna finish this up, give it to each plant individually, and then I'll be finished. All right, so real quick, That's the leaves that I took off. Not that many. And you know, the canopy still needs some work, but it's looking okay for now. Tomorrow is going to be the day that I go through here and take some of these off. As you can see, I got the fan still going underneath, which is very important right there. Give you a follow-up tomorrow. Come back tomorrow and check it out.